The Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California, the promised land for all Pac-10 teams. They want to be here on New Year's Day, but this year, it's where SC and UCLA get together. UCLA comes in with a record of 5-5. They're 2-5 in the conference, and USC 6-2-1 overall, 5-2 in the Pac-10. And Terry Donahue, who played in this series, has coached many, many times. Once again, has his Bruins ready to face the Trojans. Tom Ramsey, our prime matchup, and this should be a good one to watch. Curtis Conway, the all-everything for USC, and Carlton Gray, the first-team Kodak All-America corner for the Bruins.
Absolutely. When Curtis Conway is getting single covered, look for Carlton Gray to be close behind, although Curtis, I'm sure, is going to get a lot of double coverage today.
Larry Smith has his team primed, if you will, for a major bowl, as we mentioned. Which bowl will it be? Well, so many things can happen. The Fiesta Bowl, possibly the Hancock Bowl, and very well it could be the Freedom Bowl down in Anaheim. Rob Johnson, the quarterback, his brother Brett, of course, played in this game as a starting quarterback for UCLA back in 1989. Then Brett thought that UCLA mistreated him a little bit. He left for Michigan State. Rob also, of course, then thought that UCLA coaches had mistreated his brother, so he is just itching to get at Terry Donahue and the UCLA Bruins, and he gets his chance. Remember last year, Rob in uniform, but it was Reggie Perry leading the way for the Trojans. UCLA won the toss. They have deferred to the second half, and so the Bruins will be kicking off. And today's Crosstown Showdown kickoff is being brought to you by Coors. Bruins don't really want to kick it to Curtis Conway. Mike Merrill will be kicking off all week. They have been practicing kicking high kicks to about the 30 near sideline. There is Curtis Conway. That is the reason why he has already returned one for a kickoff for a touchdown this year, and there is that high kick to about the 30-yard line. It's taken and down at the 34-yard line. So the Trojans get good field position as the Bruins kick it away from Curtis Conway. Rob Johnson will be the quarterback, 6'4", 210, and a sophomore from El Toro High School. The backs and receivers, Estres Creighton will start. We'll see a lot of McFadden, Wes Bender, one of the senior fullbacks. In the offensive line, Tony Boselli is probably going to play, and that is good news. Offensive line has been banged up rather, on first down. A quick out intended for Johnny Morton. Carlton Gray on the coverage, incomplete. It'll be second down. UCLA defensively on the line. Shalinsky, Walker, and Walton. Saleh Asaya is available. The linebackers, good ones. Jameer Miller leads that group. And the healthy secondary with Carl Greenwood back, Gray, Greenwood, Goodwin, and Henderson. Rob Johnson on second down from the 35, out of the eye. Pitch it to Creighton. Cuts back in, he's stuck there by Othello Henderson. After about a 2-yard gain, it will be third down for USC.
Well, Othello Henderson, who last week had 16 tackles, a career high for him against Oregon, you're going to see they're trying to get the ball out to Creighton. He comes up, and as soon as he turns up, Othello, coming from the safety position, just coming and filling up very quickly, along with a few other Bruins. A great hit by Othello.
Trojan running game absolutely unacceptable, according to Larry Smith. There's Othello Henderson. Third down, 3 wides in. Conway and Morton far side, Travis Hanna to the near side. Out of the shotgun, Rob Johnson. Under pressure, throws complete. Out to midfield. Travis Hanna, 13 yards and a Trojan first down. He beat Carl Greenwood.
Well, it's nice to have a guy like Conway on one side, because the other receivers, Johnny Morton, Travis Hanna, getting awful lot of room to work. And you see Johnson looks left, and he gets hit right when he throws. He does a great job of standing in the pocket, but Hanna coming down with a nice first down against Carl Greenwood, who's been out a couple weeks with a hamstring.
This is a quick passing game that Rob Johnson operates for USC. It'll be first down. Just the start of the game, first series. Deion Struther now is the tailback. Johnson looking deep. Conway's there. incomplete. That was Larry Wallace, not Conway. Larry Wallace, the 6'1", 180-pound senior on the post. And Tom, that's one thing that SC, just about every single route, they're going to have somebody going to the post.
Absolutely. Right here you see SC line doing a great job of protecting Johnson. He ends up, ball's probably not exactly where he wants it, but trying to get the ball to Larry Wallace just in between zone defenders.
SC goes 5 deep in their wideouts, too. 2nd and 10. Johnson will throw again. Short over the middle, complete. Down to the 46-yard line. That's Yanni Jackson, the tight end, the 6'2" senior. That's his 5th catch of the year. Remember, he caught a touchdown last season. 6-yard TD catch. Carrico Quinn on the coverage for UCLA. Set up another 3rd down for the Trojans.
Nice job by really sneaking Jackson out. They used him in pass protection, and then he just came out as an outlet receiver trying to fool the UCLA defense.
Trojans have been criticized a bit, not using their backs or tight end in their passing game. But right early on, Yanni Jackson gets a reception. Now on 3rd down and 5 for Johnson. Hanna and Conway near side, Johnny Morton far side. Bruins have 8 up on the line of scrimmage. That's Conway in motion. Straight drop for Johnson. Under pressure again, throws, and it is complete to Morton for a 1st down at the 38-yard line. And Bruin fans know all about big play Johnny Morton. Remember a couple of years ago right here in the Rose Bowl.
Well, they sure do, although it's not as big a play right here. Rob Johnson, though, doing a nice job again, standing in the pocket. He gets drilled again on 3rd down. UCLA really having him in the position where they want him, 3rd and some depth to go, some length to go for the 1st down, but Morton doing a nice job getting himself free and making the catch.
35th catch of the year for 6 foot, 195-pound senior wide out for USC. Another 1st down for the Trojans. They're driving. Creighton is the tailback. Mooney the fullback. Give it up the middle to Creighton. Stumbles for a couple. Down to about the 35. The Trojan running game basically right up the gut. Jameer Miller with the stop. This offensive line has been under fire for USC because of the lack of the running game for USC, but they have been banged up, Tom Ramsey.
Well, they really have, suffering a lot of injuries up front. Pollock, of course, Chris Pollock with a shoulder. Baselli's had an ankle. Clay Hadaball had a knee. And really, those 3 guys, if they had the use of them, I'm sure be running the football quite a bit more.
Joel Scott into the ball game for USC. Pitch it. Creighton has some room. Close to the 1st down to the 28-yard line. Estrus Creighton, the 6'2" senior. Nkosi Littleton there for UCLA to make the stop. What does Creighton bring? Experience, stability to the tailback position.
That's a good point, Bill. Really, Estrus Creighton, really a workhorse back there. The coaches know that there's a guy right there. He'll hang on to the football. He'll drive for yards, and right there, carrying a couple Bruins with him.
Creighton last year, 126 yards, 21 carries against the Bruins. It's not a 1st down, 3rd and short. Creighton bangs into the middle, and he should have it, although the Bruins stacked him up pretty well. Creighton gets the call again, and we will wait and see for the mark. 11:05 remaining, 1st quarter, no score. SC driving.
Boy, UCLA, the linebackers, inside linebackers, Nkosi, Littleton, Carrico Quinn really fill in the middle of that A-gap, the Bruin front line right there, and Creighton really pushed him outside, and it's good for the 1st down, though.
1st down, USC. Trojans at the Bruin, 27. Crowd of around 80,000 here at the Rose Bowl. It is not a sellout. SC has already converted 3 3rd downs on this drive. Creighton, a little bit of a delay. Cuts outside, has some room. Then he gets dragged down at the 23-yard line. Good play by Donnie Edwards, too, as he pursued Creighton to the outside. It'll be 2nd down and about 6 from the 23. What about Donnie Edwards? The coaches at the beginning of the year told us, hey, watch out for this guy. They just couldn't keep him off the field all season long.
Absolutely. If there's one bad part, I want to say, or if Donnie Edwards has one knock about him, he's a light. He plays light. He's not a real heavy guy, but he makes up for it with his speed. He's
listed at 220. He maybe goes 210. 2nd down. Fullback. That's Mooney. Down to about the 18. Mooney and Bender, 2 seniors. The fullback chores for USC, Nkosi Littleton and Othello Henderson make the stop for the Bruins.
And really built like fire plugs. Mooney, 6'1", 235, just brings the hammer right up the middle of that defense. And Nkosi again there to put the hit on him.
Mooney, 6'1", 235. He's had foot problems his entire Trojan career. Another third down, as mentioned before. Trojans have already converted 3. They're looking to make it 4, and they may not get there. Creighton, the ball carrier, and the Bruins put up the wall. Carrick O'Quinn, who has been brilliant the last 3 weeks, makes the stop for UCLA.
Absolutely, O'Quinn really thrust into the lineup when Arnold Ale went out hurt with a broken tibia against the University of Arizona. But right there you see Creighton trying to get some work up the middle there, and Carrick O'Quinn just filling the gap and putting helmet on helmet, stopping him for the 4th down.
If one word can describe Cole Ford, the field goal kicker, inconsistent all season long. He missed 2 field goals and an extra point first half last week against Arizona. This is from 36. Line drive, got it. Wasn't pretty, but it counts for 3. 8:57 remaining. First quarter, SC and UCLA, and the Trojans on top by 3. Stay with us. We are back at the Rose Bowl. Bill McDonald, Tom Ramsey. Here on Prime Ticket, the Crosstown Showdown, USC and UCLA, and of course SC bringing their cheerleaders, band, and a whole lot of fans. There's Cole Ford, 36-yard field goal, has the Trojans out on top. 13 plays, 47 yards. Took up nearly half the quarter. There's the scoring drive, and Ford caps it off. His 8th field goal of the year for Cole Ford. Long time on the field, and now Ford will kick off to UCLA.
SC doing a nice job that time, converting a couple big 3rd downs early on, a 3rd and 8, and then a 3rd and 5. SC doing a nice job with their 3rd down package.
Teddy Lawrence near side, and it'll be Ricky Davis far side for UCLA returning the kick. Last year, UCLA won at the Coliseum. 24-21 snapping Troy's 4-game unbeaten string. The last Rose Bowl game, y'all remember it, the classic 45-42, the Maddox-Marinovich shootout. They'll both be at the Coliseum tomorrow playing a little pro ball.
Boy, that's right. You talk about a barn burner. That was just a great game. And Marinovich, of course, throwing a strike to Johnny Morton in the last few seconds of play. And Maddox set a career mark, 409 yards passing that day. It was a tremendous day up and down the field.
Bruins will get their chance at the football now. Cole Ford will drive into it. 8:57, first quarter. It's 3-0 SC. Ricky Davis says, from 2 yards deep. And the story of John Barnes, 6'3", 210, and a senior. This is his whole life right here. The transfer from UCSB and a most unlikely signal caller for the showdown for UCLA. Backs and receivers, Chris Alexander will start. Kevin Williams will see a lot of action. And Khalif Carter, the key. LaChapelle also back. The 2 big tackles, Ogden and Parker, going up against Webb and McGinnis. That is a matchup to watch. It is Kevin Williams to start. We were told Alexander, it will be the senior Kevin Williams, who had a sensational game last week. He gets the call. Up the middle he goes. Busts the gut. Close to a first down out to the 30-yard line. Kevin Williams on first down. SC's defense, one of the best in the country, undoubtedly. David Webb, he's an absolute animal on the defensive line. The linebackers, the strongest part of this defense, Salmon, Kopp, Williams, and of course we've been talking about McGinnis. And in the backfield, Jason Sehorn, you just can't keep that guy off the field. He had 2 interceptions last week. Gain of 9 for Williams on first down. Mike Wynn to the near side, Sean LaChapelle back far side. Williams is the single set. Barnes, quick drop, goes over the middle, incomplete, intended for LaChapelle. And Tom, that's what the Bruins have to do. Quick routes against the Trojans.
Absolutely, and really UCLA coming out, mixing it up a little bit, coming out in the 2-back set and running and going to a 1-back set and passing, which is really against their tendencies. But LaChapelle, you see right there, might have done something to his finger, although the ribs are really the thing to be concerned about it, but his legs are 110%.
We will see both 1- and 2-back sets today for SC. Out of the 1-back. On third down, Williams, first down, pounds out to the 32, 33-yard line. And it'll be a first down for UCLA. Stephon Pace, the great safety for the Trojans on the stop, and not before Kevin Williams moves the chains. John Barnes, 45 for 89 coming in. 2 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. And Kevin Williams, the leading rusher, despite missing 4 of the last 6 games.
Interesting, Kevin Williams' numbers. He's about 100 carries off from where he was a year ago. He averaged 6 yards a carry last year, rushing for over 1,000 yards. This year, 5.3 yard average. I'm sure he's going to get a lot of work today.
Pac-10 leading rusher in 1991. 3 wide. Barnes will throw. Pretty good protection, and it's complete to Jordan. Out at the 43-yard line, close to another first down, and I think it will be. Covered there by Gerald Henry, the 5'8 sophomore from Sarah High in Gardena.
I think UCLA realizes they got to come out early and throw the football around, take some of the heat actually off John Barnes in the rushing game. SC does a nice job. They have a great blitz package. They don't want to get caught in 3rd and longs, therefore come out early, get a lot of first down passing.
If you're going to move the ball against the Trojans, you're going to do it through the air. They are 6th best in the nation against the rush. And right now, Kevin Williams trying to force some damage, doesn't get much. Mike Salmon comes in, number 24, the ollie back in that Trojan D to make the stop on Kevin Williams. Williams averaging 80 yards a game.
Yeah, Mike Salmon, kind of an interesting, plays an interesting position. You see the numbers right there this year for Kevin Williams, a 5.3 average, and a year ago a 6.0 average, but still Williams capable of breaking off the big run anytime.
He's had one over 70 yards against Washington State this year. Carter and Williams in the backfield, pitch it to Williams, nowhere to go, and down he goes at the 41. And Mike Salmon again busts inside to trip him up.
Well, Mike Salmon, you might remember, he was a safety man. All of a sudden, they can't keep him off the field. They moved him up to an outside linebacker position, and really, he in essence is a drop backer in pass coverage right there, though, shooting the gap and blasting into Khalif Carter, really the Bruins' best blocking back.
You want to go down the family tree? His brother Tim plays for the Angels, and his cousin is actress Holly Hunter. He's trying to be a star in his own right here at the Rose Bowl. La Chapelle and Wynn on 3rd down and long, 3rd and 12 from the 41. It's 3-0 SC, 6:13 to go, first quarter. Barnes with protection. Out to Stokes at midfield, he's hit and dropped short of the first down. Loose football, and the Bruins may have it at the 46. Kevin Williams, the one with the hustle on the football, and that'll be a first down for UCLA. How lucky can you be?
Boy, awfully lucky right here. Barnes to Stokes, and Stokes did such a great job a week ago making some catches and running with the football. Right here, though, he gets stood up, and then really, you see him just rip the ball out, and Kevin Williams, who's really Johnny on the spot right there, although you see the first down marker not making any difference. The ball coming free, a free ball, and UCLA retains possession.
Stokes had 10 catches last week, obviously a career high for him. Brian Allen in motion. Once again, it's Williams, tries left side and gets a couple. Jeff Kopp was there along with a couple of others. Stephon Pace for USC. So Kevin Williams, a workhorse here in the first drive for UCLA. So both teams, some significant yardage offensively the first time they get their hands on the football. SC drove down, 36-yard field goal by Cole Ford. Now this is UCLA's first possession as Larry Smith and his defense dig in. 5:20 remaining here in the quarter. Barnes has La Chapelle to the top. Mike Wynn near side. Trojans showing blitz. Barnes still with the football, throws complete. That's the tight end, Rick Daly, who hasn't had a catch in the last couple of weeks. Just 2 of the last 5 games, but he gets a 10-yard throw from Barnes. First down.
Well, UCLA doing a nice job putting together a couple first downs, although they had a fumble. And Barnes right there, you see a little play action fake, and as you said, getting the ball out to the tight end, Rick Daly, who's been quiet. The tight end has been quiet, but in their wins, they've come to the tight end.
The key today, spread the ball around. Last week, it was only Stokes that was getting the football. Now it seems as though Barnes is looking at the whole field.
Absolutely incorporating everyone.
First and 10, Williams. Nowhere. Great SC defense, second in the Pac-10 in rushing defense. David Webb right there, 6'4", 225, and a senior. Webb is, as mentioned, so aggressive. He's the one that's brought that grease paint Lone Ranger look back into vogue. There's David.
Really an outside linebacker type, but he's playing down lineman. You see the look right there. That eye black.
After one game this year, his whole family met him in the tunnel with the same paint over the eyes. That's togetherness. There's Barnes, look out, he throws incomplete. As Barnes is hit as he throws. That's what you have to watch out for SC. They've got 46 sacks on the year, and there's big number 55, Willie McGinnis, and now he throws a punch at Vaughn Parker, and that may cost the Trojans 15.
Yeah, not a great move by McGinnis right there, especially right in front of the referee, and Vaughn Parker, who semi-restrained himself from retaliating, but not a great play on McGinnis's part.
Silly play by McGinnis, as it's going to go 15 yards against SC, and that'll be a first down for UCLA.
Bill, I was going to mention a moment ago, there's a personal foul on McGinnis, number 55, and really what UCLA's doing right now is controlling the football, and that's something they haven't done all year long. They're last in the Pac-10 in time of possession, averaging 28 minutes a game, and a week ago versus Oregon, they only had it for 24 minutes.
And mixing the pass and the run very well here in drive number 1. And Larry Smith, a little quick lecture to Willie McGinnis. A 6'6", 240-pound junior, 418. Remaining first quarter, Bruins on the move inside the SC 20. Barnes give it off to Kevin Williams. Big hole. Kevin Williams, touchdown UCLA. And Tom Ramsey, what a block by Khalif Carter. Just the heat-seeking missile, busting the hole out for Kevin Williams.
Well, I tell you what, they don't know how many snaps they're going to have out of Khalif Carter, but right here, he just crushes Mike Salmon right there. And Kevin Williams, boom, he's through the hole, he's down the field, and he's running over the inline for a touchdown.
That doesn't happen often against the Trojans. They are so good against the rush. Luis Perez, who was the hero last week at Oregon, kicked the winning field goal on the tack on the extra point. And he's got it. Now with 4:12 to play in the first quarter, Kevin Williams takes it in from 18 yards out. And the Bruins on top of the Trojans. As the sun sets behind the Rose Bowl, it is 7-3 UCLA over USC, 4:12 remaining, and here is the touchdown run.
Well, you see SC a little bit bunched up in the middle there. Cop number 35 caught inside and just not able to get back outside and fill the gap there, the void, and Kevin Williams fills it good for a touchdown.
UCLA holding on to the football, as you mentioned, Tom. 13 plays, both teams with 13-play drives to start the ball game. However, SC had to settle for a field goal, and UCLA puts it in for 6. Merrill will kick it again, and you can bet they're going to kick it away one more time high into the 30-yard line. Will Conway be able to get there? They won't, and the Bruins have the football. The Trojans fell asleep. SC absolutely fell asleep, and the Bruins recover the football.
Donovan Gallatin, the winner of the "You Got It, I'll Take It, Nobody Has It." And right here, a great job. Merrill just puts it up in the air, and Conway, I'm not sure what he was thinking about, if someone in front of him was going to grab the ball or not, but the Bruins right on the spot, and Donovan Gallatin, I'm sure they don't hear Conway right there, and you see the ball actually kicks away from him right into Gallatin's arms.
So the Bruins get their second major break of the game. Stokes fumbled on the first drive, and Williams recovered. And now Conway and the kick return team messed that one up. It'll be first down for UCLA. And you want to talk about early momentum. 33-yard line for Barnes. And Larry Smith prides himself in excellent special teams play. He's got to be sizzling right now. Here's Williams again. Tripped up at the line of scrimmage. Great defensive play. Lamont Hollenquist, another one of those versatile Trojan linebackers, makes the stop. 6'3", 225, and a senior. Boy, the Trojans have some good linebackers. McGinnis, Comp, Williams, Salmon, Hollenquist.
Yeah, they really do. Chris Allen, the defensive coordinator, does such a great job. They play a version of the wide tackle 6. They move guys around all over, especially helps have guys like Salmon and Hollenquist and Webb and Hintz up front.
3 wides for UCLA for Barnes on 2nd and 9, we'll call it. Here comes the blitz, and Barnes gets rid of it quickly. Intended for La Chapelle, and Barnes was hit by McGinnis. There's Willie McGinnis, 12 sacks second in the conference to Ron George of Stanford, who has 14. And when McGinnis is coming in your face, you get rid of it, Tom.
Well, I know Barnes is saying one thing. Hey, somebody put a hat on 55. Because McGinnis, who's number 2 in the Pac-10 in sacks, coming through untouched, just drilling Barnes.
UCLA thinks, however, that the Trojans are playing right into their strength. They're 2 tackles in Ogden and Parker, and they're basically going to be going up against Webb and McGinnis.
Yeah, that's a great point, Bill. Really, the strength of their offense is going against the strength of the Trojan defense.
That's Darren Washington running it up the middle for UCLA for maybe 2, and McGinnis was there one more time for the Trojans to stop it up. 3:18 remaining first quarter. Bruins on top 7-3. They've got it in Trojan territory again. Darren Washington at 114 yards in his big game this year against San Diego State on that blistering afternoon in September here at the Rose Bowl. And now on 4th down, Luis Perez, 47 yards. If he connects it, it will be a career high for Perez. Has the distance. A career high for Luis Perez. Or shall we say a career long of 47 yards. And the Bruins on top 10-3. Back with more from the Rose Bowl in a moment.
Due to time constraints, we now move to action later in the game.
All right, these
Part of the Rose Bowl
Bruins.
contingent, and they seem to be pleased.
That's the ultimate
Oh,
domination.
why not? It's 10-10, SC and UCLA. And Monday night, November the 23rd, the debut of Olympic gold medalist Oscar De La Hoya. Be sure to tune in. Prime ticket at 7:30. This should be a great bout. Live boxing from the Great Western Forum Fight Night. The debut of America's Olympic hero. Live only on Prime Ticket Sports TV that hits home. That's Monday. And Oscar De La Hoya. Larry Smith in a bout right here with friend Terry Donahue. Somebody was asking Larry Smith at the press conference this week if he was buddies with Terry Donahue. He says, yeah, we get together for some bowling matches during the meetings during the summer. Bowling.
They'll probably run a game for him, too.
Up the middle, Chris Alexander, who gained just 15 yards and 11 carries last week after rolling for a personal best, an impressive 227 yards. Remember that a couple of weeks ago against Oregon State. Aaron Galloway made the stop for USC. The numbers for Chris Alexander. Has been through a lot in his brief UCLA career. He has 2 of the 4 UCLA 100-yard rushing games this year, so he can be explosive. Second down and 6 from the 22. Barnes has Williams and Washington next to him. Inside handoff. Big hole. Darren Washington. Near midfield out to the 48. 25 yards for the 6', 203-pound sophomore. UCLA first down.
Well, Darren Washington, who's been relatively quiet the last few weeks, really not even having played because he was fumbling every 17 times he touched the ball. Right there, Von Parker coming around, getting a nice block, and you see Washington just taking it right up the middle there, doing a great job. The second leading ground gainer coming into the game for the Bruins, 421 yards.
One thing you have to be impressed with, a much maligned UCLA offensive line earlier in the year has done a great job against this tough Trojan defense. On first down, Barnes over the middle, through behind his intended receiver, Sean LaChapelle. That'll be second down. LaChapelle, the most significant return for UCLA on offense this week. From the waist down, he's about 110%, but really it's that upper body that's a problem. He's wearing a big flak jacket and it still has the soreness around the ribs.
And I think one of the most important things to realize is that he's been in red. He hasn't been practicing all the time. Therefore, Barnes hasn't been able to gain the timing and just the work ethic that he had a year ago with Maddox, and LaChapelle was such a fine combination.
On the reverse, Jordan goes down. So the Bruins, a little trickery. Jason Sehorn read it well.
And Jason Sehorn did a great job staying at home, and he wasn't fooled. And that's the job of the free safety. You see the ball goes to Williams on the pitch. John Barnes is out in front, and he gets a little scrape block, but Sehorn does a great job hunting down Kevin Jordan no gain.
But we've got a penalty, and it may go against UCLA. Illegal block. So Terry goes into the bag of tricks along with Homer Smith, his offensive coordinator. Boy, has Homer done a lot of coaching this year? Probably as much or more than in the last 10 years.
Wow.
8:11 to play in the first half, 10-10, and the pace of the game has slowed down a bit after a very frantic first quarter.
You mentioned all the coaching he's done. Chris Allen, the defensive coordinator for the Trojans, really mentioning that when the meeting we had with him, saying, hey, Homer's really reached into his bag of tricks, all different formations, sets, plays. You see a chop block there, the call by the referee. That'll set the Bruins back a good 15.
Second down and 25. Back at the 32, so the Bruins want to get a chunk of it back here to set up a shorter third down. Jordan LaChapelle to the near side. Barnes down the field over the middle. LaChapelle's got it complete, 43-yard line. Stephon Pace right there, though, to make the tackle. That's what the Bruins wanted. They weren't looking for first down yardage right there on 2nd and 25. Sets down a much more makeable third down situation.
Exactly like you said, Bill, just getting half of it. You don't want to go for all that. Barnes with great protection, just spinning the ball in nicely. LaChapelle, who really just adds so much, just him being on the field for the Bruins.
Career receiving yards. And LaChapelle still inching up on Flipper.
Yeah, he needed 39 coming in to pass Flipper. I know he's awfully close.
He's already reception-wise, not yardage. LaChapelle, the all-time leader, UCLA history. Webb puts on the pressure. The throw, complete! J.J. Stokes, touchdown! UCLA, 57 yards. Tom Ramsey, you want to talk about a big target. That's exactly what J.J. Stokes was right there, leaping, grabbing, 6.
Yeah, if there's one guy that's on the field that's comparable to LaChapelle in so many ways, it's this guy right here, number 18, J.J. Stokes, and expect great things from him. And right here, Barnes is the guy they beat cover 2, and what ends up happening, Jason Oliver just got beat. Stokes doing a great job getting up the field, and Barnes spinning it in there.
5th touchdown catch of the year, 2nd in 2 weeks for J.J. Stokes. Luis Perez got it. 6 plays, 82 yards, and the Bruins bounce back on top. 7:13 remaining in the first half. Did you think it was going to be a defensive struggle? So did we. We're all fooled. Back with more in a minute. Back at the Rose Bowl, John Barnes just spinning one to J.J. Stokes, and he beat both Oliver and Sehorn for the TD.
What happens, Barnes reads cover 2, and he has Stokes up the sideline, and Stokes beats Oliver on the way up, and Sehorn just gambles right here, trying to make the play, and just unable to come down with it. And as you said, Bill, a huge target is number 18, J.J. Stokes, and he just prance it into the end zone.
What a go-to guy Stokes has become, and not a bad throw.
Yeah, you see the defenders just get tied up there, and Stokes was just a step or two behind the angle that Sehorn took, and Sehorn, a receiver himself, just not judging the ball correctly.
So the Bruins dig themselves out of that 2nd and 25, and on a 3rd down pass, J.J. Stokes rumbles in for the touchdown. And now Mike Merrill will kick it off for UCLA. 6 plays, 82 yards, 218, and a big strike, 57 yards. And, you know, during the break, I said, who would have thought it? 7:13 to go in the 2nd quarter, and the Bruins, who have been struggling seemingly all year on offense, have 17 points against one of the better defensive teams in the country. And here's that little pop-up kick again. Conway's over there waiting for it. Down he goes. Othello Henderson, who has been just a demon on special teams for UCLA, makes the stop on Curtis Conway. A little mutual admiration society there, Henderson and Conway, and those are 2 guys that might very well go out early into the draft this year, Othello Henderson and Curtis Conway.
Well, if they have an opportunity, which I'm sure they will.
I'm sure their coaches are saying, don't even bring it up. But there's been a lot of speculation about both those players.
Yeah, 2 great players. Conway brings so much to the offense, to the entire team of the Trojans. He just does so many things. He can throw the ball. He was a quarterback in high school and didn't throw a whole lot. Great rushing quarterback, but he's turned into a great receiver for them as well.
Creighton and Bender are the backs out of the eye. 3rd side of the field. Creighton has room. at the 40-yard line, then he's driven back. The progress should be up to about the 40. Othello Henderson, just another in a long line of great impact-free safeties at UCLA. Just mention the names: Easley, Rogers, Washington, Turner. In fact, Othello was only the 5th starter at that position since 1977.
Yeah, it's amazing. When you mention Easley, it's amazing. Othello, there are some similarities, especially when you're on 16 tackles in one game. That's controlling a football game, and really Othello has that capability, therefore making him one of the best players in the conference.
That's Jackson in motion for the Trojans. Creighton one more time. Has a first down, a little bit more. Near midfield, out to the 47-yard line, first down, SC.
Really what SC needs to do is just what they're doing right here. Grind it out, control the football, and really just pound on the Bruins. The teams that have had success rushing the football, Arizona State and Cal, really came out and just pursued the Bruins rushing the football, and that's what they're doing right now.
If you know Larry Smith, you know he wants to pound the ball. If everything's created equal, he'd love to have that running game working. And right there, Creighton runs for the first down. Now up the middle, this is the fullback. Wes Bender, 6 feet, 245, the senior from Burroughs High. London Woodfin, who's coming back from an injury, and Mike Shawinski stop him there. Wes Bender, the strongest Trojan, his hobby weightlifting. Get into that gym and start lifting, something that Tom Ramsey gave up when he gave up ball. Boy, starting quarterback for the Denver Broncos just came in and gave us a punch right in the kidney. Tommy Maddox up here with us. 5:41. Creighton. First down, turns the corner. Creighton out of bounds, inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line. Marv Goodwin pushes him out of bounds, but not before Estes has a first down for USC.
Well, Creighton, not the speed burner of the bunch. As you mentioned, McFadden's a guy that really brings a lot of speed, but right here, Mr. Consistency, and he really no one on the corner for UCLA. You see, he gets by Henderson, and Marv Goodwin coming across from his strong safety position there to knock Creighton out.
32 yards for Creighton, and the Trojans on the move. They trail 17-10 to UCLA. 5.5 remaining first half from the Rose Bowl. The crosstown showdown. Johnson with his backs in an eye. Receivers are split. Bruins are there. Creighton again, and Carrico Quinn meets him. So Creighton really the workhorse. But you look at the numbers for USC, and you know that they have done most of their damage this year via the air. In fact, SC's passed for 13 touchdowns coming in, run for 9. Last year, they ran for 22 and passed for just 6.
Bruce Walker, the injured Bruin on the play.
Second and 8.
Big Bruce, who has really had a fine second half of the season after being overweight and having a hurt hamstring early on in the season, but he has played himself back into shape and really has been solid. And at an opportune time, too, because Sali Asaya has been out with a bad back. And there is Asaya, number 55. Left side, down low, check him out. Bruce Walker, we'll see if we can catch what happened to him. Cut
so you
block.
see it, yeah, just either an ankle or a knee, which is not good for Bruce Walker. There's just so many battles going on up front there, and another casualty there. Bruce walking off gingerly. Doesn't look good for him.
6'4", 290. He's a load.
Coach Bob Field concerned with how many snaps Sali Asaya was going to get coming into the ball game. He may have to play a few more now.
Was hoping to only have to use Asaya about 15-20 snaps. 2nd and 8 for the Trojans. Jackson in motion. Creighton will try that right side again. He's had success there on this drive, but not this time as the Bruins stack him up. Nkosi Littleton led the charge. Number 54, the 6'1" junior. And he must continue to come through because that is the thinnest linebacker position on the team. Really nobody to rotate in, so Nkosi's seen a lot of work.
Boy, Nkosi, he's a guy that's bringing the goods for the Bruins. There's 4 Bruins tied for 2nd in tackles. Othello, the top tackler, and Marv Goodwin, Nkosi, Donnie Edwards, Bruce Walker, all with 54 tackles coming into the ball game. So real active is that inside linebacker.
Big 3rd down, 3rd and 6 coming into the game. The Trojans We're next to last in third down conversions in the conference. Morton and Conway near side. Rob Johnson out of the shotgun. Johnson will run. Is he in? He's down to about the 1-yard line, maybe inside at the goal line. No touchdown signal. Rob Johnson was looking for his second touchdown of the evening. He's going to be short. It'll be first down and goal for SC right at the goal line, 13 yards.
Boy, it's hard to make the call. There's just no referee there to make one, but Rob Johnson pulls the ball down. He looks over his shoulder. Donnie Edwards was coming his way, but Othello was the
that's close.
Defender who put the hit on him right at the flag, and he can't get any closer than that.
If you have to make a decision from what we saw, he was in.
I wonder if they're going to run a sneak right. What do you think? Saw the coach give the signal.
Johnson. Sneak. No touchdown. It'll be second down. 3:50, clock running, first half. Trojans trying to tie it up. It's 17-10 Bruins. So the Bruins stop them on first down. Pretty tough to stop them 4 times from the 1-foot line. Bruins dig in. Trojans tight set. Creighton the tailback. Touchdown, USC.
Well, he didn't have far to go, and you see, all you have to do is break the plane, and Rob did just that. Then he looked over at the referee, and still a delayed call on the referee's part.
Johnson was going to get this touchdown if it took him all evening. He figured he had it on the first run, then on the second run, and right there clearly. And you can see the line judge making the call right there. Touchdown USC. Rob Johnson has both Trojan scores. And with 3:22 remaining, second quarter, SC, if Cole Ford can put it through, will be tied up. The coach's son, Corby Smith, the holder. And that's right through the uprights. 9 plays, 67 yards, took 3 minutes, 51 seconds. And we are tied in the showdown at 17. Don't you move.
Due to time constraints, we now move to action later in the game.
On first down, up the middle, nothing doing. Kevin Williams stopped by Jeff Kopp, the inside linebacker. Let's talk about Kopp. He's made the most progress this year of any of those great linebackers of USC. And you and I were both commenting before the game that he reminds us a little bit of Scott Ross, who was a great one at SC.
He really does. Scott Ross, Ricky Gray, Jack Del Rio, some of the better inside linebackers SC's had over the years. And really, most importantly, he's keeping a guy named Gideon Morrell on the bench. And last year, I thought Morrell was one of the top players for the Trojans.
Up the middle, Williams again, out to the 20-yard line. And one more time, that's Jeff Kopp tripping him up, who has been a starter since game number 2. There he is. Really busted out this season. Trojans thought that he'd be a lot better last year. Really disappointed. But this year, as the old cliche goes, he fulfilled that potential coming in as a 6'3", 235-pound sophomore, Jeff Kopp.
Absolutely, came in really focused. He's third on the team in tackles, 57 total tackles, plus a few more tonight.
There's another third down for the Bruins. 9 minutes to play, clock running, 17 all here at the Rose Bowl. We're in the third quarter. Barnes lost one up. LaChapelle got it. 48-yard line, first down UCLA. And you can see Seahorn, or is it incomplete? It's going to be incomplete. All right, we thought it was originally called complete. Then they came in and said incomplete. So let's get it correct. It's fourth down.
Yeah, the side judge makes the call. He sees the ball hit the ground, but right here, LaChapelle, Seahorn, and just a little track meet right here. And Seahorn has the ball, has his hand right where he's supposed to. You see the ball hit the ground, and Seahorn, he's seen a lot of those balls, a receiver and JC ball, and coming in now at DB, a fine play against LaChapelle.
Kick is blocked. Touchdown, USC. Zuri Hector is on the football. Louisi, the touchdown. Hector, the block.
That's right. You see Shager, number 15, you see him just blasted through. Hector was the guy who got the block, and Louisi, number 46, recovers it in the end zone for the Trojan touchdown. Just a huge play on special teams.
Louisi with the touchdown. Hector the block. They were both there to cover it up. Cole Ford has it. So after LaChapelle almost makes an acrobatic catch for a first down, SC comes right back. The big block on Darren Shager. Touchdown Trojans. It's 24-17. There's Hector. He was the one that blocked the kick, only the second time in Shager's career that he's had a kick blocked. 24-17. We'll look at it again. The Trojan touchdown on special teams.
Well, Hector just in the middle of your screen right there over center, and the up back just doesn't get a hat on him. Tommy Bennett, number 8, not putting a hat on number 15, and he just comes right through Shager being left-footed just on the side of the kick, and Louisi there to recover and score one for the Trojans.
Special teams have hurt UCLA this year. A couple of punt returns for a touchdown, a kickoff return for a touchdown, and there's a block kick. So it has been an off year for special teams for the Bruins. Teddy Lawrence. Pretty good field position for the Bruins. The Trojans have the lead at 24-17. We have 8:44 remaining here in the third.
That's Zuri Hector, number 15, running down on the kickoff, following, and
he's still excited. He's not thinking about contact. He's thinking about...
Well, he kept the ball in the inside shoulder, and he told coach, well, someone else made the tackle.
Come on, baby, come on!
Trojans on top. Bruins with the football at the 32-yard line. Out of the eye. Kevin Williams and Khalif Carter. Right up the middle. Kevin Williams has room. Busts it outside to the 48-yard line. Kevin Williams once again following Khalif Carter. Boy, things happen when Carter's in there at fullback, don't they? 16 yards and a Bruin first down.
Khalif definitely brings the hammer, but Kevin Williams is the guy who ends up springing it. And you see right there again, up the middle, just a little ISO block. Khalif Carter on Kopp, and you see just the great speed of Kevin Williams, and McGinnis there to jump on his back after a big gain, but not after a Bruin first down.
Kevin Williams, 75 yards on only 15 rushes. He's got a touchdown. UCLA first down, 48-yard line. J.J. Stokes near side. Barnes in trouble. Gets out of it. Throws incomplete. And if LaChapelle can somehow get that tip pass from Sehorn, he's in for 6. But Jason Sehorn, once again, a good defensive play. And Sehorn, here's a guy who didn't play football in high school. He actually played 2 years in the Cubs minor league baseball system.
Well, you see Pace on the safety blitz, unable to corral Barnes, but Barnes steps back up and the ball's behind him. And you see LaChapelle going towards the post, but Sehorn again able to make a great play.
Second down, Bruins in the eye again. Receivers are split. Carter and Barnes will confer. Now the back split. 8:17 remaining in the quarter. Barnes, ball is tipped and almost intercepted. Once again, Barnes was looking for LaChapelle. It'll be third down for UCLA.
Right there, Barnes checking off the line of scrimmage. I'm sure he just wanted an isolation route. He knew he had man-to-man coverage, and he was trying to go to LaChapelle with, I believe it was a post or a hook. It was hard to tell. The ball batted down on John Barnes.
Third down, UCLA. 3 wides in this plan. Win and LaChapelle near sides. Stokes far side. Barnes got to get rid of it. Does. Incomplete. We'll double clutch that time from John Barnes. It'll be 4th down, and the Trojan defense is held.
So right then, they're in a 3 wide out formation, Bill, and what they're trying to do is get the ball to LaChapelle. But Jason Sehorn again matching up with LaChapelle. McGinnis bringing the pressure. A lot of others. John Barnes just not having enough time to throw.
Shager, let's see if he tries to boot it long this time instead of kicking it away. Angling it towards the corner. Shager will roll it into the end zone. And a good decision by Curtis Conway to let it do just that. 52-yard kick, however, it will come out to the 20-yard line where the Trojans will have it 1st and 10 when we return to the Rose Bowl. Trojans up by a touchdown. They're dancing on the SC side. Trojans up 24-17. There's David Webb and the USC defense, which seems to have found a little new life after that block punt and the touchdown. Trojans have just held UCLA, and now they've got it 1st and 10 on the 20. Both can play. Johnson's got to tuck and go for a couple. Jameer Miller on the stop, along with London Woodfin. 2nd down for Rob Johnson. Last week, 213 yards, including a 65-yarder. Johnny Morton, the longest pass play of the year for USC. Throws the ball very similar to Marinovich in the fact the way he floats it in.
Yeah, it's true. Not a real powerful arm. We talked about that before the game. Although I think with the maturation process and the strength he'll gain, be one of the great players.
There's Mooney, the fullback, just moving the pile. Boy, you get Bender and Mooney here, a couple of bulls. It doesn't matter who's in there for Larry Smith. Donnie Edwards, undersized. Donnie's going about, what, 205, 210. Mooney's going 235, and he's just bruising.
Yeah, right here, SC line getting off the football, and Mooney just bringing the wood. He actually runs over Marv Goodwin, one of the best tacklers the Bruins had. Mooney just full head of steam behind Loya, Gibson, Tuiasosopo.
And Marv Goodwin's going only 194. Any way you cut it, Mooney's got an advantage, 1st down. Flags fly, that'll go against USC. Mooney was moving. 6:58 remaining in the 3rd. Trojans have the lead, 24-17. We were tied at 17 at the half.
Well, we have the false start, the guilty party. Full back there, Mr. Mooney. Just gained a few for the Trojans. A little anxious there.
From the 26.
It'll be 1st down. 1st down and 15. Scoreboard says 2nd down. It is 1st down. After the penalty. The tailback. That's Creighton. We have not seen McFadden tonight. And Carrico Quinn makes the stop. We talked about Carrico Quinn. The reason why Carrico Quinn wasn't as good as a football player as he is now, he never elevated himself to the 1st team, and he was really doubting his own ability because of the circumstances due to the injuries. All of a sudden, he has been thrust into the limelight. And as we've mentioned, he's matured not only as a football player, but a person in the last month, and he's really playing good football.
Well, I'd say so. 12 tackles a week ago versus Oregon. Really active against the Ducks up in Eugene. And a big defensive win for the Bruins and getting a lot of action tonight as well.
Of course, Brian Ty in that position out for the year with a rotator cuff injury. Yanni Jackson in motion for the Trojans. Once again, the fullback on 2nd down. Mooney finding no daylight this time around as the Bruin Blues stacks him up. Set up a 3rd down for Rob Johnson. We'll get a chance to see at his great receiving corps in action.
Well, the UCLA or the USC offensive line really getting a lot of push right now. You see him really attacking that Bruin defense. Again, the handoff to Mooney, and that's just a lot of good football right there. A lot of elbows flying around and awful lot of bodies.
Passing situation, UCLA is allowing their opponents under 50% completions on the year. The last time they did that was in 1975. Let's see if they can stop them here. All-out blitz. They get it underneath the Conway on the screen. And Conway's got a 1st down. That's a play that's worked just about every time they've run it, and they called it at a perfect time with the Bruins blitzing, and Conway takes it underneath for 14 and a 1st down.
Absolutely. Johnson getting a lot of heat again, but this is a play they've run all year long. Conway just, again, a little delay, just dipping underneath. You got a lot of people running out. Got a lot of linemen out in front. Yanni Jackson, 88, out in front. Boy, I tell you what, Chrisman's down the field.
I remember when the Trojans ran that first game against San Diego State and said, this is one they've got to run all season long. Get it to Curtis Conway in space and let him do his thing. First down near midfield for USC. 4.5 to play, clock running here in the third quarter. And the Trojans trying to pound it. Once again, Estrus Creighton averaging coming in 3.5 yards a pop. Jameer Miller getting some work, makes the tackle. One thing about Jameer, we mentioned it last week if you were with us when the Bruins played Oregon. If you're going to run the football, run it at Jameer, because you don't want him trying to run you down, because his pursuit is second to none.
Absolutely, and SC really has its eye on a lot of cutbacks, so therefore you don't want Miller come roaming around the corner. You'd rather run right at him and account for him.
Creighton having a pretty good game in the backfield. On second down, Estrus will try it again. Eyeing the first down marker. He's got it, I believe, down to about the 41.5. Creighton relegating McFadden to the bench for the entire evening. McFadden had started the last couple of games coming into the night. But Creighton, with that experience, that's what Larry Smith liked. He's got that big game experience under his belt. And so now the running game, which has not worked all year for the Trojans, working at the right time here. Clock continues to run, and the Bruins have a player down. And we'll check on who it is. Johnny Dolak's got the glasses on him. 3:50 remaining in the quarter, and we believe it's Bruce Walker again. He was down earlier in the game. We want to double check that, however, that it is Big Bruce. It is not. It's Asaya. All right, Johnny. It's the other nose guard, Sali Asaya. And Asaya was thought to be out for the year with a bad back, and he might have just aggravated it.
Yeah, it's amazing. Sali Asaya playing with a lot of pain, but a real trooper on that defensive line. See the sophomore out of Oceanside. And SC very uncustomarily coming in ranked 10th in the Pac-10 in rushing offense, only 112 per game. But tonight, I believe, really showing a use of force.
Oh, we can go on and on about their problems there. Rob Johnson throwing it down the field, incomplete. Was looking for Johnny Morton, double covered there by the Bruins. Robert Gamble, Othello Henderson, both there. Gamble has been seeing a lot of time the last few weeks with Greenwood out with an injury. Johnson, 10 out of 19, just 80 yards. So not a statistically impressive game right now for Johnson, but getting the job done efficiently. As we mentioned, he's been gearing for this game. Extract a little revenge for his brother on UCLA. Creighton, good hole, has room, sheds a couple of tacklers down to the 32-yard line. Estrus Creighton, the workhorse here tonight. Marv Goodwin wraps him up. Close to a first down.
It's interesting right here, a nice play, draw play by the Trojans. They catch the Bruins again in a blitz, and Gary Walton unable to hang on to Creighton, but he's caught up by a few of the Bruins.
How good for Creighton? 101 yards. He's over the century mark, 22 rushes. And the Trojans have to know that UCLA is not a good come-from-behind team. They're thinking, get down here, get anything, get 3 points, and it's going to be tough for UCLA. They're ahead by a touchdown, 24-17, clock running, 2:48. Creighton again, hops over, he may go, touchdown Trojans. 32 yards for Estrus Creighton. Where they've had a lot of success, Tom, right up the middle.
That's right. Creighton just hitting the hole immediately right here, taking the handoff from Johnson. And again, the offensive line, who's been at question at sometimes during the year, really doing a great job opening up the hole right there for Estrus Creighton.
There's the touchdown maker. 30-17, 10 plays, 80 yards. Creighton 133. Cole Ford got it. And the Trojans have built their lead to 14 points. And what's turned it around in the second half? That blocked punt. Back with more in a moment.
Due to time constraints, we now move to action later in the game.
The Rose Bowl's where we're at. It's the crosstown showdown. USC and UCLA 31-17. Trojans on top, and our quarter notes brought to you by Great Western Bank. Zuri Hector blocked a punt. SC recovered, touchdown. And Esdras Creighton ran one in from 32 yards, a 14-point quarter for USC. Total yards, SC had 118. UCLA had a chance on their last drive. They could not get any points. And there is Tom Ramsey's fave, Gypsy Boots. He just keeps rolling along.
Another ex-quarterback there, huh?
This is a good crowd around him, too. 3rd and 7 for SC. In motion, Conway. Johnson under heavy pressure, releases early, and it's incomplete. And Johnson was really drilled by Donnie Edwards.
Donnie Edwards again looping around and right in front of Rob Johnson's face and really taking a good shot at him just as he's releasing the football. Actually, yeah, it is. Actually, it was Donovan Gallatin. Sorry about that. Gallatin, give credit where credit's due, and Gallatin, number 26, knifing through and really putting a big shot on Johnson.
Stonehouse to punt. He has a long of 59 this year. LaChapelle will watch this one bounce. And it is finally down at about the 31.5. 46-yard boot. Freshman. So he's got a long career ahead. Larry Smith just loves those special teams. Personally, hands-on with special teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Commenting on the Arizona game a week ago, the 3 phases he felt the Trojans won outright: kicking game, defensive, and offensive. And I'd have to agree with him. The kicking game becomes such an integral component of the game. We've seen it again tonight.
Here is where USC's defense has been strongest all year in the 4th quarter. You might remember the Cal game when they forced a couple of turnovers to win that game. And they really had a great effort against Arizona last week, too. Incomplete, intended for Mike Wynn. And while we have a chance, we want to make mention of Mike Wynn's outstanding season for UCLA. He's really an unsung guy, I think, in that receiver core. I know you like him a lot, Tom Ramsey.
Absolutely. Mike Wynn's got a great set of legs on him, really runs great pass routes, and I believe he didn't get a lot of time a year ago when I thought he'd get a little more time. He's got the time this year, and I think next year he'll just be a great receiver for the Bruins.
Barnes under 50%, 10 out of 22, but he's got 181 yards. Sean LaChapelle needs just 2 yards to become the all-time leading receiver in yards in UCLA history. Let's see if he can get it here in the 4th quarter. Off the middle. This is close to a first down. It is a first down. Bowling his way is Kevin Williams. What a great run by the 6-foot senior. Kevin Williams.
Well, Kevin Williams, being a senior, not having a chance of playing another one of these ball games, and comes off the big game of a year ago, and right here again following Nowitzki, the pulling guard, and just really running awfully hard up the field. See Mike Wynn's right there as well, trying to get out of the way, but Kevin Williams dragging a few defenders with him.
7th place all time. UCLA rushing. Kevin Williams, 15 yards that time and a first down. We will continue to update you on the clock situation throughout this quarter. 14-19 clock running. SC up by 2 scores, 2 touchdowns. Barnes, little quick one outside. That's LaChapelle, and a flag goes down. A late flag, and that'll go against USC. And on that reception, Sean LaChapelle is now the all-time leading receiver yardage-wise in UCLA history, 5 yards. So congratulations, Sean LaChapelle, and another record for number 88. But he took a licking that time in those ribs.
It's a personal foul face mask against the Trojans, and it might be the last catch he makes tonight. LaChapelle again taking a shot on those injured ribs he has, the cracked ribs, and doesn't look good for the Bruins, although it's fitting that he does get the all-time career yardage mark right here. Again, a quick screen out. Barnes fires it out. And there's a face mask here on Sehorn, about rips his head off, and Pace is there to put the big hit on his ribs. You see Sehorn, just a real flagrant foul there, just flagrant. And Pace there to put the finishing touch on him.
That's significant yardage down to the 34. UCLA once again in Trojan territory. They were there just a few moments ago. Didn't get anything out of it. Barnes will throw. Has it on his hip. Over the middle. Complete. Bailey's got it. Out of bounds. So these crossing patterns working now for UCLA. Jason Oliver, a 5'11 junior, 3-year starter for USC on the cover.
Absolutely. Daly, just a little crossing route underneath, and Barnes being able to pick him up. With LaChapelle out of the game now, the Bruins having to incorporate the tight end a little bit more.
LaChapelle hurting on the sideline. Missed the last couple of weeks. Originally hurt the ribs back in the Arizona game.
Yeah, it's amazing. The guy plays with such heart. Out the last couple of weeks, but came back for the SC game.
That Arizona game was in the first week in October. Good play in the backfield, and down goes Kevin Williams.
Picked up by David Webb.
David Webb tripped him up. David Webb seems to be possibly hurt. Now he's all right. Maybe his hand. And there's LaChapelle. Well, that was the first week in October that LaChapelle was hurt, and he tried to come back periodically and just aggravated the ribs.
Yeah, he actually played the following week, which surprised us. And I think that aggravated it more than it helped it at all. And
LaChapelle admits
sit out a couple weeks.
He admits that he might have come back too soon, and it really hampered him the entire season. 3rd and 5. Barnes, ball deep, wide open, touchdown, J.J. Stokes. And J.J. Stokes, nobody within 15 yards. 29-yard touchdown.
Again, the fake, Barnes to Kevin Williams, and you see just a tremendous play-action fake. The ball's hidden, and Jason Oliver he's left in his foot tracks right there. J.J. Stokes right by him for the score.
Let me tell you something about Barnes. He's hanging in there because he's getting hit after he's releasing. Barnes has got some salt to him the last few weeks, doesn't he? J.J. Stokes, another touchdown, 6 plays, 69 yards, and the kick is good. And all of a sudden, the Bruins creeping back into it. 31, 24, 12:49 remaining, and we might have another classic here tonight. Back with more in a moment.
Due to time constraints, we now move to action later in the game.
4th quarter at the Rose Bowl, 31-24 SC. Let's take a look at USC's attempt to down the punt at the 1.
You see the ball, Louisi was down there, number 46, and makes a good play, jumps up. But you see,
right there, he's in the end zone.
He's standing on the end line, and anytime that happens, it's a definite touchback, so a good call by the official.
Barnes 13 for 25, 222 yards and 2 TDs. How about that? On 1st down, Barnes gets rid of it, complete to the 32-34-yard line. J.J. Stokes, who's already caught 2 touchdown passes. He beat Gerald Henry that time. 14 yards and a Bruin 1st down.
Boy, just a great pitch and catch. Barnes, who pump faked and then just stood firm in the pocket, threw a nice ball to Stokes, and then Stokes had a nice little move and got a few extra yards.
John Barnes, the 4th starting quarterback. One of 4 starting quarterbacks, rather, this year for UCLA. Cook, Walker, and Feen are the other ones. Bruins out of the shotgun on 1st down. Trojans coming. Complete. Single coverage. Stokes has got it. 40. 30. Stokes still on his feet to the 7-yard line. J.J. Stokes, 1st and goal, UCLA.
Right here, Barnes again standing in the pocket. Just a short little crossing route to Stokes, and the guy can do marvels. Once he has the ball, he really gained a huge amount of confidence a week ago. 10 receptions against the Ducks, and right there, just making a great play on pass and catch, and a great run afterwards.
That's one of those plays that if the Bruins win will be replayed for a long time. J.J. Stokes. 1st and goal, UCLA, SC digging in. Brian Allen in motion. Kevin Williams cuts back inside, down to the 4-yard line where the Trojans stack him up. SC called upon now to make a stand, leading 31-24. 8 minutes, clock running. There's Kevin Williams.
Kevin Williams really didn't have didn't have a lot of room to run that time, but it made a nice little move, and you see him just knife up the field, just trying to gain every precious yard he could.
Second and goal, UCLA. Khalif Carter in along with Kevin Williams. Bruins will try to run it again. Williams driving down at the 1. Watch the power of Kevin Williams as he drives for the goal line. David Webb was there to help make the stop for Troy.
Nielsen comes around, gets a block on Cobb, but Pace is right there to hold him up, but Williams is driving down to the 1-yard line. Third down for the Bruins at the 1.
Third and goal. Crowd, the entire Rose Bowl on its feet. Trojans trying to stop them. And we're going to have a timeout, I believe, called by UCLA. Timeout. Well, the referee says it's my timeout right now. This has quieted the place. It will be a UCLA timeout.
UCLA that time, Terry Donahue sending in Chris Alexander, the extra tailback right here, number 33, to run in and get called timeout in front of the referee.
I'm going to go one play ahead. Let's say the Trojans stop them. Do you go for it on 4th down, or do you kick a 3?
Well, I think you go for it in this situation. I hate looking ahead like that, but especially after they call timeout. I mean, what you have here, you've burned a timeout that you probably need later on. It's quite early, still 7:08 left in the 4th quarter, but if they don't, I think you get close enough right now. Maybe you're an inch or 2 away, you still go for it on 4th.
4th quarter scoring for both SC and UCLA. Take a look. They both benefit in the 4th, and opponents held. SC's only allowed 24 in the 4th. Now Larry Smith with one of the best defenses in the country. Unquestionably has one of the best defenses in the country. And they have stopped the Bruins twice here on a goal-to-goal situation. But now it's down at the 1. And the Bruins have Khalif Carter. You would suspect Khalif Carter leading the way if they give it to Williams. USC total defense 9th in the Pac-10, but don't read numbers.
I just had to point that out.
Don't read numbers. They got one of the best defenses in the country. I mean, that's one of the most misconceived things when you look at the numbers, because you can go top to bottom in the Pac-10 really and say that any of those defenses are some of the best in the country.
Absolutely. The year of the defense, without a doubt, in the Pac-10, a great group, and as we said earlier, a great speed defense, guys that can run all over the field.
Let me temper my statement by saying they have had some games where they haven't looked great. San Diego State, Stanford, but when it's really meant a lot, SC has come up with some huge plays defensively, and they're going to ask them to do it right here. John Barnes brings them up. Carter and Williams in the backfield. 3rd and goal for UCLA. 7 minutes left. Trojans up by a touchdown. Kevin Williams dives. Touchdown, UCLA! And a pretty big hole for Williams to run through.
Well, the Bruins right here, Barnes to Kevin Williams, and Williams just jumps right over the Trojan defense. Nobody home. Brian Williams a couple of yards deep in the end zone, getting pushed back, and Williams again just running downhill right off tackle right there. Von Parker pushing him out of the way.
All right, big extra point. Luis Perez turning through the snap. Clark the hold in. It is good, and we're tied at 31. We wouldn't want it any other way, folks. SC and UCLA, 31-31, 7 minutes left in our roaring Rose Bowl. And the fans that didn't come to fill it up are missing something special again. And all of a sudden, things happening late, just like they did a couple of years ago right here.
Absolutely, the fireworks never end. You know, again, it's such a prideful game. The seniors going out for a lot of them. UCLA, it's their final game against SC, the same across town. And SC, of course, has a big game in a week against Notre Dame, but you can throw all that out the window because this is the game that counts right now.
Now what do you do if you're UCLA? You've been kicking short all game long to the 30, to the 35. You don't want, of course, Curtis to go all the way, Curtis Conway. Courtney Kyler will kick it off, which Leads me to believe that they might try to kick it deep. There's the scoring drive, 5 plays, 80 yards. Boy, did they get it done quick. Of course, the huge play, the 59-yard pass and catch, Barnes to Stokes. They're going to chance it. And here comes Curtis Conway. Out to the 32-yard line. Rob Johnson will be the quarterback. Donovan Gallatin made the stop. Now, SC isn't behind, but they've done some wonderful things in the fourth quarter this year. 3 times they've come from behind to win games in the fourth, so they've been able to get it done late. Specifically, I'm thinking about a couple of games. California, Oklahoma, where they played very well late in the game. Arizona, they also came from behind. On first down, Johnson throws over the middle. Incomplete. He was looking for Larry Wallace at midfield.
I tell you what, awfully dangerous throw by Rob Johnson, throwing back across the grain into the teeth of the Bruin defense, and really threw it high. Really not a great ball right there. He overthrows Banta, but maybe the ball was going to Wallace, and Othello right there to make the play.
It'll be second down for the Trojans at the 33-yard line. 2nd and 10 with 6:53 remaining. Rob Johnson will throw again. Has time. Going deep. Incomplete again. Threw into double coverage on the post. Othello Henderson. They were looking for Conway. 3rd down and 10.
Boy, Carlton Gray making an All-America play right there on another All-America, Curtis Conway, and they're trying to get the post deep, and you see the ball's batted, and then Othello Henderson just rocks Conway's world. Boy, just a double hit right there, and just trying to find the post down the middle of the field, and Carlton times it out great, and then Conway really takes a tremendous hit by Othello Henderson.
Down for the Trojans. 31-31, 6.5 to play. Johnson with time again, over the middle, complete at midfield and down to the 45-yard line. It's Curtis Conway. A huge 3rd down conversion for SC, 23 yards and a 1st down.
Boy, a huge play. I give a lot of credit to Rob Johnson. He hung in there, but nice ISO right here. Curtis Conway breaks it down, and coming underneath Johnny Morton. You see the ball a little high again, but Conway, knowing right where the ball's coming from, you're going to see Rob Johnson takes a hit by Shalinsky and Jameer Miller. Wow.
That's what you have to do if you're going to be a successful quarterback at any level. Stand amidst the rush. 1st and 10. The fullback. Bruce Walker right there. It'll be 2nd down. Clock moving under 6 minutes, and Bruce is back.
Again, SC trying to sneak the fullback in on 1st down, and big Bruce Walker there to put a stop on Bender.
And again, you use what got you there. And for Larry Smith this year, it's been the pass. And you can bet Johnson will be throwing here on 2nd down and 9 from the 43. Yanni Jackson in motion. Johnson under pressure. Jameer Miller.
Well, the Trojans right here, they tried to get a little cute and run a bootleg. And Jameer Miller not being fooled. He's coming awfully hard off the corner. Tuiasa Sopel unable to get the block on Miller, and Miller takes a swipe at Rob Johnson's head and just ducks out of the way.
First sack for UCLA. What a time to get it. SC in a clutch situation. At their own 49, they got to get down to the 34. Johnson, shotgun. Under pressure again. Out of the pocket. He's going to go down at the 44-yard line. Actually out of bounds, and look out, look out. Now's not a time for either team to get a personal foul penalty. Either team.
I just have to laugh because if you had a microphone down there, I'm sure you'd say, hey, you guys want to come over for dinner on Monday?
Rob was rolling left. Little chance to throw the ball at this point. He was committed to running the football right here.
Yeah, well, Quinn right there stops him from throwing, jumps up in his face, and Kim Lawhorn is a fellow that brings him out of bounds and tosses him, creates a little havoc on the sidelines down there.
4:50 remaining, and Stonehouse will come on and punt. Now remember LaChapelle. There's Lawhorn, he's hurt. LaChapelle out of the game. LaRose is back there. And you would bet that LaRose isn't going to touch the ball if it's near him.
Well, I think if he has a chance, he'll catch it outside the 10-yard line without a doubt. If it's inside the 10, you're right.
He's going to let it go. Yeah, he don't want to let anything go through. And this is an easy decision for him. We'll see if the Trojans can cover it, and they do. What a sensational play for SC. We're going to take a break. When we come back, the Bruins with the ball 99 yards away from the end zone. We are back. Ball's going to be spotted at the 4. That's where it was originally touched. Although it was downed at the 1, it's touched at the 4.
Yeah, Louisi right there, he touches it. Right there, they spot it where it's touched, not where it's brought down or fallen upon.
SC 3 timeouts, UCLA 2 timeouts. Look at John Barnes. You know when I said UCLA quarterbacks weren't going to throw 300 yards? Barnes is 5 yards away from it. 2 touchdowns, 4:41 to play. We're tied at 31. Two in the backfield behind Barnes. Give it up to Kevin Williams, trying to get some room. Stopped cold by SC. Mike Hins leads the charge for the Trojans. It's Stephon Pace getting those Trojan fans in the end zone fired up. It'll be second down.
Yeah, right there, Hins really put a nice stop that time on Williams.
Three wide receivers now in for the Bruins out of the shotgun. Bruins were down by 14 points a little while ago. Great comeback for UCLA. Inside handoff. Up the middle to the 8, to the 9, to the 10. Goes Kevin Williams. Willie McGinnis. The stop.
UCLA really succeeding in their game plan and what they wanted to do. Come out throwing and really back SC up out of their blitz package. And right now, any nickel situation, the Trojans electing not to come, electing to go into pass coverage.
Third down, 4 for UCLA. Let's see if the Trojans bring some people here. From under center, Barnes. Straight drop. Over the middle. Lost him up. He's got a man caught by Stokes. Stokes at the 40. Stokes at the 30. Stokes. Touchdown, UCLA. Woo!
Man,
90 yards. Unbelievable.
start the replays running. Wow.
In the lore of USC and UCLA, Barnes to Stokes will be a commonplace.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of Stokes in the years to come, but right here, John Barnes, not a lot of pressure again. He beats his man, number 26, Gerald Henry, but he not only beats Henry right here, he puts a little move on him. We'll see Luis Perez good for the extra point, but he also outruns Jason Oliver, another sprint guy, but you see Stokes.
This is what happens when you have a gambling defense like SC. You get this one-on-one, and Stokes just beats his man.
Well, the gamble here is you got a guy 5'8" against a guy 6'5", and I take the guy 6'5" any day over the guy 5'8", and Stokes just able to run past him and then puts a little move on him and just shakes off Oliver, but more dramatically just dragging him over for the six-pointer.
J.J. Stokes, 6 catches, 265 yards. Look at John Barnes. 3 TDs for Stokes. There's 3:08 to play. We're not done. Trojans are going to get the ball. 38-31. Remember when the Trojans had 21 unanswered? UCLA's done it right back.
You know, it's something, the last set of series for SC, I thought they went to the pass a little early. This time they're forced to go to it. But I really thought the last series of downs, they'd come out and rush the football a little bit and take some time off the clock, something they didn't do.
And in case you weren't with us at the start, last year at the Coliseum, John Barnes, a transfer from UCSB, snuck into the Coliseum using his girlfriend's ID. Now, he's playing the game, and he's got him on top. Trojans, Conway's got it. Curtis down at the 30-yard line. Donovan Gallatin again. Look at these numbers for John Barnes. 385 yards on 16 completions. Big plays, and more big plays.
Yeah, Barnes real close to 409 set by Maddox 2 years ago.
And you know the most interesting thing of this entire evening, if you would ask anybody that follows football in Southern California this week, they'd say it's going to be low scoring, it's going to be a defensive struggle, and if UCLA is going to win,
absolutely,
it can't be a shootout. Now the Trojans have
throw it all out the window.
Forever to come back. 3:03, let's see if they can do it. Rob Johnson looking for a miracle finish for SC. Out of the pocket. Johnson throws. Got his man. Incomplete. Incomplete at the 44. Travis Hanna was there, the 5'8" senior.
Looks like they had a little mix-up on the play. They were motioning Conway out. Looks as though Rob Johnson snapped the ball a little early, and he just wasn't in the right formation where they wanted to be. But the numbers on J.J. Stokes, just incredible. Six receptions.
Tom,
not a bad average.
One of the greatest performances I've ever seen from a wide receiver at any level.
Yeah.
Because of the way he has run with the football and the clutch catches that he's made. But the Trojans have 3 wides in the game. Conway, the big play guy in motion. Carlton Gray following him. Rob to throw, knocked down. London Woodfin for UCLA. 2:53 left and a big 3rd down coming up for SC.
Let me pose the question to Bill McDonald. Does SC go for it on 4th down after maybe not getting it on 3rd down?
They've got 3 timeouts remaining, and with their defense, I'd punt the ball. Although I know SC followers, I know this because I've been sitting in the seats as an SC student. They'll probably say, go for it. We'll wait and see. We're not at that point yet.
London Woodfin with a great play. They were trying to get the ball to Conway again, just a little delay route. London Woodfin breaking it up.
38-31 UCLA. 4th quarter, 2:53 left. Trojans 3rd down and 10 at their 31. Out of the shotgun, Rob Johnson over the middle. Caught. Struther down at the 35. It'll be a 4th and 5. Donovan Gallatin, a good play, and it looks as though Rob Johnson's just staying right on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. 4 down, 2:36, and time running. I think you can't afford to give the ball away right here. It's going to take a while to get down the field. They really haven't been down the field deep for a while, and when they have, they've made the plays. The Bruins have made the plays. Right there, I'm sure, yes, he's probably going to call a timeout here. They got 12 on the 25-second clock.
They're going to keep it. They better hurry. It's at 7, and they're going to have to call a timeout. So the Trojans, I'm sure, didn't want to burn one right here. Was it UCLA that called it? That would have been a mistake for the Bruins because they just let SC off the hook if that's the case. And UCLA did call the timeout. Boy, SC was in trouble right there. The play clock was down to 7. They weren't at the line, but UCLA burns the timeout. We know you're not going anywhere. See you in a minute. J.J. Stokes, 3 touchdowns.
6 receptions.
38-31 UCLA. We've got 2:10 to play. There's a new single game record for UCLA, and a congratulations to number 18. But now, the Trojans.
Probably got a gnat in his eye as he was running.
Rob Johnson brings him up on 4th down. SC needs it. Do I need to say any more? SC does have all 3 timeouts, though. SC comes out with 1 wide receiver. 4th and 5. Conway in motion. Johnson has time. Throws. Complete. And very close to a first down. This is going to be a spot for the ages right here.
Woo. Well, I'm surprised SC had Conway and a couple tight ends, but Yanni Jackson gets the call there.
I'll tell you what, this is going to be a couple of inches one way or another. Yanni Jackson brought down by Marv Goodwin, and Larry Smith now can only watch the chains come out. Will he have a new set of downs? Yes, he will. Trojans first down.
Well, you see the attention Curtis Conway gets, and really so much focus on him. They drag the tight end underneath. Just a great call. Coach Ray Dorr, you see him, Marv Goodwin dragging him down. Gallatin just comes in just a shade late.
That's a great effort by Jackson.
Oh, absolutely.
Stretched it out there at the end to get the first down by about a football. 1st and 10, Trojans out of the shotgun. Wide receivers are split. We've got a minute 50 clock running. Johnson looking, throwing, incomplete. Well short of his intended target, Johnny Morton. Minute 43 remaining. UCLA up by 7. It'll be 2nd down and 10. You think of heroics, you remember back to Johnny Morton. Of course, he's still on the field for USC, the junior.
Johnny Morton got his nickname from this game.
From this game. Play. Big play in the big USC-UCLA game a couple of years back, and he'd like to do it again. From the 41, 2nd and 10. SC just converted a big 4th down to keep it alive. Johnson, here's Conway. Well, that's Hanna. Travis Hanna cutting in. That's a very Curtis Conway type move, cutting in. And as I saw the jersey coming in, I figured it was Conway, but it was Travis Hanna.
Exactly. They run the same play with Conway. One of the ways to get him the ball, but Hanna right there, just a little underneath screen. And SC letting a lot of time run off the clock here.
Minute 21. Remember, SC mismanaged the clock in the first half. Johnson throws incomplete. 4th down again. Nkosi Littleton.
Donnie Edwards, one of the Bruins down on the field right now.
SC still has all 3 timeouts. It'll be 4th down. Can Johnson pull another one out? He just converted to Yanni Jackson on the last set of downs on a 4th down and 5. This will be 4th and about 3 from the 48. And if you're watching this replay on Prime Ticket tonight, Saturday, you can catch it again tomorrow at 11:30. So if you can't get enough of the game and you're watching it on Saturday, we'll have it for you again on Sunday. And what a game for John Barnes. Literally, folks, out of nowhere this year for UCLA.
I bet you 1-9's mom watches it.
Bet you 1-9 does too. Win or lose this game. And SC worried. 4th down and 3. Curtis Conway, top of your screen. 4th and 3. Johnson, great protection. He's going for it all. Johnny Morton has it down inside the 15. Johnny Morton burned Robert Gamble. 39 yards. First down, SC. We've got a minute 8 remaining.
Oh, it's amazing. Johnny Morton just comes up with another huge play. And 4th and 3, I'm wondering why Johnson's throwing the ball down the field. But right there, he spots Johnny Morton, who beat Robert Gamble.
Just inside.
And he does get 1 foot in, and that's all you need.
You know what I'm thinking back to right now? 1982. A 2-point conversion at the end of the game to win or lose for SC. It might come down to that again. Scott Tinsley sacked by Carl Morgan. Tom Ramsey's last big game. SC-UCLA. Let's see if the Trojans can get it in the end zone. Johnson scrambling. He's got room to run. Johnson out of bounds at the 1. Rob Johnson is out of bounds at the 1-yard line. 59 seconds left.
Wow, Rob Johnson making just a great play from a young quarterback. He looked to his left, there was nothing there. All of a sudden he saw all the pursuit, all the angles. UCLA completely on the other side of the field, and Rob Johnson just trying to sky over, but he doesn't get inside the flag. They mark him at the 1.
Wow. Again, of course, You can't tell from television, but again, it looked like Johnson dove over the cone on first down. Give it up. Short. Deion Strother was short. The clock's going to continue to run. SC says, let's just let it run. Now we have a stoppage. I don't think there was a loose football. The way they're looking for it, we might have a fumble. If we have a fumble, I believe SC's got it. Timeout USC. So we had a fumble in the air. Deion Strother.
You see Strother tries to go up and over. Othello Henderson comes from his safety position, just puts a hammer on him.
Boy,
oh, the ball's out.
Boy, we do have a fumble. From where we were watching live action, just impossible to see. But then the scramble at the end, there it is.
Carlton Gray, number 3, with the huge hit on Strother.
Remember last year there was a similar play where all of a sudden nobody knew where the ball was. Brian Allen came out with it for a touchdown for UCLA.
Yeah, Carlton Gray, number 3 there with the big hit on Strother. And an Othello coming in. It's amazing.
48 seconds left.
We'll look for Rob Johnson to sneak this one. They don't want to hand off, that's for sure.
On second down, Strother is the tailback. Wes Bender is the fullback. SC needs a touchdown to tie Johnson. And we will wait. Again, we will wait. And the clock runs while we wait. Touchdown, USC.
Right here, a win propels you to get actually a 2-point conversion if they decide to go for it. They
Rob
want a
Johnson,
true share of the championship.
Rob Johnson, 3 touchdowns.
Rob Johnson really sneaking right in behind number 53, Robert Loya.
I think you got to go for 2 here. You've got to go for 2. Win the ball game. And they're talking to Rob Johnson now. We saw Cole Ford running down, but you play to win the game. And they're going for 2. 11 plays, 69 yards. There's 41 seconds left. It's 38-37. UCLA up by 1. This will be a 2-point conversion. The ball will be at the 3-yard line, left hash. And again, remember, I'm thinking back to 1982.
And on a 2-point conversion, remember, USC can elect to place the ball wherever it would like, either hash mark or in the middle of the field. They put it on the left hash, utilizing the right formation to the field.
Here's where all the hours in the film room pay off for one team. Obviously, Bob Field and his defensive people scrambling to think, what are the tendencies? What would the Trojans do in this situation? And vice versa, Larry Smith thinking to pull a fast one on the UCLA defense.
Oh, just an amazing series of downs. Johnson finding Morton down the sideline, and then Strother coughing the ball up, but SC retaining possession. And then Rob Johnson going over from a few inches out. And then to be faced with this.
41 seconds left. It has been a sensational game again. Another classic in the USC-UCLA series, and the tension on both sides.
Right, a week ago, SC faced with a 2-point conversion against the University of Arizona, and Rob Johnson sprinted out to the far side of the field, to the right side, and found Conway in the corner of the end zone, who ran a comeback route. Since UCLA's seen that one on film, they probably won't come to it, but
SC 2 of 4 on 2-point conversions this year. Rick Neuheisel, Terry Donahue. All they can do now is watch, and so can Larry Smith. The defensive calls have been made, and here we go. Now the ball is in the middle of the field. 38-37, 41 seconds left. This is for 2. And now the Bruins might call a timeout.
I think the Bruins are playing the cat and mouse game.
I wouldn't do that. I'll tell you why. I'd save my timeouts. I would save my timeouts for if I went behind.
Real good point.
I know you want to make the defensive call, but you may have to get the ball in field goal position, and you don't want to waste a timeout. And now UCLA is out of timeout. So obviously Terry Donahue putting everything into this 2-point conversion.
That's right. Good point, Bill.
38-37. Now we just wait again. UCLA playing that game, I want to see what you come out with. Similar in basketball on an out-of-bounds play. Let me see what you're going to show, and then I'll call a timeout and try to defense it. Now, does SC turn around and call another play?
Right. Yeah, I mean, if you look at it that way or get at least somebody to second guess on the bench, then you've accomplished what you've wanted to do. But I think it's good. You know, they wanted to look at the personnel. They see it. Conway's out, 2 tight ends. May change.
Well, so similar to the game 2 years ago. The fourth quarter has been absolutely incredible football. Both SC and UCLA up and down the field. 41 seconds remain, and remember, this is for 2 points and to give SC the lead. Rob Johnson wants it so badly, as he said all week long. Wants to beat UCLA, and he's got it in his own hands right here. Out of the offset eye, Conway in motion. Johnson has all kinds of time. Now it breaks down, throws, incomplete.
Well, it was the same play they went to on the first 4th down early on in the drive. They ran Conway in motion. They tried to get the ball underneath to Jackson.
Let me tell you what just happened. And this may play into SC's hands. While all the commotion and celebrating is going on, Carlton Gray just threw his helmet, rather in elation or in disgust or whatever, and a flag is thrown, and that's going to go 15 for SC on the kick. And of course, SC is going to try an onside kick. So if SC recovers, boom, immediately they're going to be closer to field goal range. So a silly play by Carlton Gray.
Yeah, they actually
throwing his helmet in elation.
Yeah, exactly. The flag for the elation.
It is tough. It is tough to control your emotions in this any game, especially in this series. It's of course a moot point if UCLA recovers, but here's the 2 points.
Exactly, right here again. They try to delay underneath the Yanni Jackson, and right there, Nkosi is a fellow that makes the play, stepping in front of Yanni Jackson, and right there, the Bruins celebrate.
Yeah, I'm going to rip out a cliche. It ain't over. SC is going to have an onside kick attempt, and they're going to get 15 yards.
Well, right,
they're kicking off at midfield.
They're kicking off from the 50, although for UCLA, they practice a hands team all the time. I don't think it's as, you know, a lot of times it's interesting. It will come down to the wire for sure.
The yardage doesn't play into, of course, whether you're going to recover it or not. It's if you do recover it, all of a sudden you're in great position.
Yeah, but they still facing, you know, a long way to go if they do recover it. I mean, they still got 40 to go, so you still have ample opportunity. UCLA has a great chance. I think defensively they have their best players on the field.
SC only has 1 timeout. So if UCLA recovers the football, game over. It's 38-37. UCLA over USC.
And I respect SC for going for 2 points there. They really showed a lot of gumption right there, playing for the conference championship, a share of it.
Hey, we're only up here announcing, but I'll tell you what, you have to do it. You go for 2.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Cole Ford will kick. Onside time. Can SC pull another one out? From the 50. There's UCLA, as you said, Tom, their hands team down at the 40. Ford, and it is recovered by the Bruins at the 38-yard line.
Game over, UCLA.
And in Westwood, you might as well start up the party.
Well, UCLA with a winning record, they ended up 6-5. And they really do play the role of the spoiler. Mike Wynn, the fellow on the hands team who catches the ball, number 81, and really one of the best guys out there you'd want. Sure-handed, falling on top of the ball.
And UCLA appears to get off the map this year, win their last 3, and go home with a 6-5 record. And what an incredible, storied comeback for UCLA. SC can only stop it once. Barnes on a knee. SC will call their final timeout. UCLA 37 seconds away from taking the crosstown showdown in 1992 in an improbable comeback.
Well, you got to look at it now. Maybe UCLA does have a chance for a bowl. They've won the required 6 games.
And a game
Division
like
1A to get to a bowl game.
and a game like this going over the country on national television, you got to be thinking, hey, UCLA is an attractive team.
Absolutely. Quite possibly an outside shot. But USC knocking off Arizona losing.
You can't shut out Washington State from a bowl, however. UCLA was kind of jockeying with Washington State.
Right.
The Cougars beat Washington, they beat UCLA, and they finished a couple of games ahead of the Bruins. So they're obviously not going to unseat Washington State.
Exactly, and SC will still go to a bowl game, although it's been a great game, played hard, fought. UCLA, it really makes UCLA's season.
And this really solidifies, I think, the Freedom Bowl for USC. And I know Don Anderson and the Freedom Bowl committee have got to be dancing, but the Trojans certainly aren't. Down goes Barnes. They'll count it down at the Rose Bowl, and you will see a tremendous celebration. Well warranted if you're a UCLA fan. And for Larry Smith, this is going to be one of the toughest ones to lose in this series. Terry Donahue. John Barnes says, it's mine, don't ever take it away. And we'll count it down at the Rose Bowl as they carry TD off to a victory.
That's right, big win for Coach Donahue. Hats off to John Barnes.
It's all over. UCLA 38, USC 37.
Right, baby, yeah! Number 1! Yeah! You were Bruins in the house!
And as I mentioned before, the combination of Barnes to Stokes will forever go down in crosstown